No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here, this door is open to you. Is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Path for spiritual living. I want to affirm that something good, something wonderful is going to happen to you today because you took the time to be here to celebrate the God of your understanding. Please stand and sing with us our opening song, I Am a Light. It's a call and response. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light. In this world. In this world. In this world. I am a light. I am a light. In this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the place. This is the time. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. Spreading peace along the way. Spreading peace along the way. Right time. Right time. Right place. Right place. Living love every day. I see the joy. I see the joy. In this world. In this world. I see the joy. I see the joy. In this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the place. This is the time. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. I'm living love every day. Living love every day. Spreading peace along the way. Spreading peace along the way. Right time. Right time. Right place. Right place. Living love. Living love every day. I am a light. I am a light. In this world. In this world. I am a light. I am a light. In this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine.
So you can be seated. Good morning. So how about if we just take a moment, quiet down, and go within. So I just give thanks for each of us being here today. I give thanks for each of us living in a place where we can come and worship at a place of our choosing. I bless each of us for all the good and all the wonder that we do every day of our lives. And I bless everybody that's in a church, a mosque, the woods, wherever they are today, because I know that God is right there with them. And for that, I just give thanks and let it be. And so it is.
Hi there. I just want to thank everyone for the prayers, for the notes, for the emails, for the phone calls, the text messages. I truly, truly appreciate all of you and all that you have done to support me and this ministry during my illness, surgery, and recovery. I will be with you next Sunday, the 18th, for a very special potluck. Make sure you bring friends, family, neighbors. Got a great surprise for you, and I'm looking forward to being with you. You'll hear more about what's going to be happening next Sunday. And don't forget to bring a dish now. You'll hear more about it during the announcement section. God bless you. I will see you next Sunday in person. I'm looking forward to it. I miss you all.
Make sure. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. And thank you, Reverend Fox, for being with us this morning. Appreciate that. So, can you hear me all right? Mickey, yes, thank you for that. All right. So, I'm Beth Lambden, and once again, I'm your platform hostess, which is obvious. So, is anyone new today? Did you get a welcome bag when you came in? You did? Did you? Okay, wonderful. Wendy, thank you. Wendy's on it. Glad that you're here this morning. Please stay afterwards and join us in hospitality. I think you'll find that we're a pretty friendly bunch. So, and welcome to everybody online. So I want to take this opportunity now to welcome today's guest speaker, Reverend Ron Fox. Ron Fox has been a motivational speaker and workshop facilitator for over 25 years. He had a long and successful career as a human resource executive, working for such companies as General Foods, SmithKline, Unum, and Mattel Toys. Ron also operated a very successful search firm in Southern California. Ron is also an ordained minister with the Centers for Spiritual Living. And as many of you remember, we shared space with them for many years over on Route 1. He's a gifted speaker and published author. His inspirational style, coupled with a keen sense of humor, make him a favorite with audiences everywhere he has spoken. In 2018, the Centers for Spiritual Living honored him by designating him a Doctor of Divinity, and in 2019, he was awarded the Meritorious Minister Award for his outstanding service. In 2024, he was honored with the title of Emeritus Minister. He resides in Port St. John, Florida, with his wife, Becky, who is an artist and graphic designer, as well as a conscious spiritual living practitioner emeritus. So, back to the welcome. For anyone who has a Facebook account, we invite you to check in and let your friends know that you are at Unity of Melbourne. We always appreciate your likes. Thank you for that. And virtual congregation, if you would say hi in the chat stream so that we can respond. We'd like to know where you are. Thank you, thank you. And for those of you watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. We always appreciate it. So, as many of you know, we have a big, broad, encompassing why statement. So that's what I'm going to ask you to repeat with me now. We love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. And we have postcards that reflect that, as well as our hows, which I think about as being our guiding principles, out on the table in the lobby. And virtual viewers, if you would like one, you can request one in the chat window or send us a message. So, children, we have children over here today. Today their program is What Are Emotions? The lesson focus. We will talk about what emotions are and how they can be big or small. We will also talk about how many emotions exist. So, would you help me in giving our children a robust blessing? We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Right, so now's the part of our service where we read the daily word. I'll do it first in English, and then Juan is going to grace us in Spanish this morning. August 11th, 2024. Prosperity. I live an abundant life. It often has been said, you can't take it with you. While it is true that money and material possessions must be left behind when I transition from this life, these things are not the source of my prosperity. My true wealth lies in my consciousness, my ability to give and receive love, to share what I have and receive from others with equal joy, to understand and use the creative power of thought, and to know myself and all people as living expressions of the divine. I live consciously and abundantly, making wise use of the earth's resources and drawing upon the limitless storehouse of divine ideas. Through the power of God within me, I enrich my life, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And this is from Matthew 6:20. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. So would you repeat with me the line on the slide? I live an abundant life. Juan? Thank you.
Muy buenos días. ¿Cómo están? Están muy bonitos. Saludos a las personas que nos ven en línea. La palabra diaria para hoy es prosperidad. Vivo una vida abundante. A menudo se ha dicho, no puedes llevártelo contigo, ya que debo dejar atrás el dinero y las posesiones materiales cuando trascienda esta vida. Esas cosas no son la fuente de mi prosperidad. Mi verdadera riqueza reside en mi conciencia, en mi capacidad de dar y recibir amor, de compartir lo que tengo, de recibir de los demás con alegría, de comprender y utilizar el poder creativo del pensamiento y de conocerme a mí mismo y a todas las personas como expresiones vivas de Dios. Vivo consciente y abundantemente. Hago un uso sabio de los recursos de la tierra y recurro al tesoro ilimitado de las ideas divinas. A través del poder de Dios en mí, enriquezco mi vida física, emocional y espiritualmente. Por el contrario, acumulen tesoros en el cielo donde ni la polilla ni el óxido corroen y donde los ladrones no minan ni hurtan. Mateo capítulo 6, versículo 20. Amén.
Now we'll prepare for a time of meditation. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I want to know you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to see you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to hear you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to feel you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to praise you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to love you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I'm raising the veil.
So the meditation that we're going to do is from a book called This Thing Called You. And I'll read it twice through, and then I'll keep quiet and let you all sit with it. I am submerged in peace. I am surrounded by peace. I am immersed in peace. There is nothing but peace. Peace, deep, calm, undisturbed. I am submerged in peace. I am surrounded by peace. I am immersed in peace. There is nothing but peace. Peace, deep, calm, undisturbed. So I'm back again. And let me just get my notes. I think maybe you could hear in my voice, I am not doing great today. So you just have to bear with me a little bit. So I want to speak today about abundance as a way of life. So I asked a couple of my minister friends, I'm on a couple of different committees, and I said, so if you tell me the first word or phrase that comes to your mind if I say abundance. And almost all of them, I was really surprised, almost all of them said the law of circulation. And a quick, easy definition, I guess, of the law of circulation is what goes around comes around. But since we're in a church and we want to do it a little more spiritually, Jesus said, it's done unto you as you believe. Now think about that. It's done unto us as we believe. Don't have to coerce it, don't have to drag it, don't have to push it. We just have to step into it. And when we think about, I just want to for a minute talk about lack and limitation, that they aren't things in themselves. What lack and limitation are the result of limited thinking. So now I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not saying it just because this is a unity church. Because when I was there's some people here that know me from CSL, and they will know I always have said that I think in our lifetime, now not in the lifetime of the people that founded our centers, our churches, but in our lifetime, the best New Thought teacher is Eric Butterworth. And particularly in the area of abundance. I think he wrote the best book I've ever read on abundance, spiritual economics. So I want to read you a couple of quotes from Butterworth, what he says about, and the first quote does come from spiritual economics. He said, the goal should not be to make money or acquire things, but to achieve a consciousness through which the substance will flow forth when and should you need it. A consciousness. Develop a consciousness. So my wife and I were talking about that this week. How do you do that? Well, I guess there are a lot of different ways we could do it. You know, if we have a spiritual practice, we could pray, we could meditate, we could read affirmations, take workshops, take classes, speak to a minister, speak to a licensed unity teacher, a practitioner in CSL. So there are lots of ways. And one of the other ways is in religious science, we call it a mental equivalent. It's really just visualizing what it is you would like to bring into your life. And just sitting in a quiet place and in your mind, making it come alive, using as many senses as you can to bring that to life. Because the more we can feel it, the quicker we're going to experience it. So that's one of Butterworth's quotes. The other one was, prosperity is a way of living and thinking, and not just money or things. And he said, poverty is a way of living and thinking, and not just a lack of money or things. So I want to give you an example of what he was speaking about. About 100 years ago, when I went to graduate school, I was studying at NYU Graduate School of Business for an MBA, and most of our classes were in the evening. And so one afternoon, one of my friends grabbed me and he said, we got to have coffee. I got to tell you a story. And so we went in, we're having coffee, and this is the story he told me. He and another guy went for a cab at the same time, and it just so happened they were both going downtown, so they decided to share the cab. The other fellow was a very high-level executive in a midtown company, and he spent the entire ride telling my friend that he made $50,000 a year, but he never felt so broke, and he never felt so poor in his entire life. And back then, $50,000 was a really good salary. So you could imagine having this guy moan about making 50 to a guy that's scraping his way through graduate school. So this guy couldn't wait to tell me. And then he said to me, he said, tell me how somebody can make that much money and still feel poor. And I have absolutely no idea what I told him then, but if he was here now, I know what I would tell him. I would tell him it's because abundance is a state of mind. It's not about how much you have in your bank account. You could have a lot of money in your bank account and still feel poor. It's about a way of thinking. You know, some of you may remember Mike Todd. He was one of Elizabeth Taylor's 7 husbands, and I think he was an early one. And he's famous for saying, I've been broke many times, but I've never been poor. Prosperity is a choice. It isn't what you possess. It's rather how you think. And Wayne Dyer said, I want to read something he said, abundance isn't something you acquire. It's something you tune into. So think about that. You tune into it. So to me, that says if I tune into it, it must be all around me. It's all over, and I just need to open myself up to allow the abundance, to allow Spirit to work through me, to say yes to all of the wonders that are around me. And it's not just money, it's all of the beauty, all of the health, all of the good that's around us we can tap into. So when I was growing up, my family was not one you'd really want to grow up in, but but both of my parents worked, which was really unusual in those days. In fact, when I knew I was going to be doing this, I sat and thought, and I can't think of any other of my friends whose mothers worked. So, and the thing about it was, they fought all the time over money. There never was enough. Lack and limitation were all over. And I mean, they really fought. And I realized as an adult, it was really interesting because we always had enough. You know, because she worked, we ate out a lot. So we ate out in really nice places. We had a nice car. We had nice clothes. We belonged to a swim club. But yet, what pervaded in my household, and it wasn't mine, but theirs, was fear and lack. And so in 1990, when Becky and I got into New Thought, it took me forever to really buy into the idea that we live in an abundant universe. And of course, you know, if you think about if you know somebody who's got this fear, what's like the worst thing that can happen to them? Because it's exactly what happened to me. I lost my job. Okay, now that really put me into it, really put me into a place and a state of fear. And I want to tell you how I got out of it, because it really interests me still. The first thing that happened was, and Becky and I were living in San Clemente, California. We had this great house that I loved, and she could see how much I was hurting. And we were only married a year or two, and she said to me after dinner, she said, come sit down, we need to talk. And I'll never forget, she went like this with her arm. She said, you see all of this house, all of this, doesn't mean anything. When I moved to California, I lived in one room. I can live in one room again. It's not the money, it's us. It's us that counts. our love and what we bring to each other. And it was like, that moment was startling for me. Nobody had ever talked to me like that before. The second thing, you could see it still gets to me. The second thing that worked for me, I was taking a ride and I had a Wayne Dyer tape on. And Wayne Dyer said something, and as soon as I heard it, I thought, that's me. I'm good. What he said was, if you've always paid your bills, you always will. And if you've never paid your bills, you never will. And as soon as I heard it, I thought, we always pay our bills. We've never been in trouble. We have a great credit rating. What do I have to worry about? I'm good. I know thank you. That simple little thing really helped to turn me around. Dennis Merritt Jones is a CSL minister, and he's written a ton of books. And in one of them, he said, what all of us seek is a life of pleasant satisfaction. Pleasant satisfaction. And he said, and it exists for those of us with the eyes to see it and the faith to call it forth. You know, so many of us believe that there's not enough. And I think that belief comes from the illusion that we're separate from our source, that we're separate from God. It's easy to believe that there's not enough if you believe that you and God are apart. The truth is, there's always more than enough, always more. So I'll tell you another story about Becky and me, and more than enough, because we still kid about this. So we were driving to church one Sunday, and Becky does our books, so I never know what we have, and she does all of it. And so we're driving to church, and she tells me, I think we had a big car repair or something. She said, this is going to be a tough month for us. We're going to have to move money. And she starts going through this. And I said, you know what? We're driving to church so I could do a talk. I don't want to really deal with that. But I gave her the Wayne Dyer stuff. We always pay our bills. It's going to, we're going to be fine. This was way after the first story I told you. So we get to church. And somebody comes over to me and says, hey, Ron, my stepdad died. Can you do a memorial service next week? And I said, no, I can't. I'm going to be out of town. And he said, could one of your practitioners? Now, Becky had never done a memorial service. And I said, oh, sure, Becky could do that. And to my shock, Becky said yes. And so we're sitting in my office now. This fellow's name is John, his mom, Becky, and me. And now we find out this memorial service is only for 7 people. The fellow's grandkids were really hurting. And so they wanted somebody to come do a memorial service for his grandchildren. And that really intrigued Beck. So she said, of course, I'll do it. So then the lady said to her, when do you want to get paid, then or now? And Becky said, whatever you're comfortable with. And the lady said, oh, I got my checkbook in my purse. Why don't I just write you a check? And then she said to Becky, how much do you want? And Becky said, whatever you think's fair. It'll work. So the lady writes a check. And she leaves my office. And I say, how much? How much? $500. We still talk about that because I have never gotten $500 for doing a memorial service. But we both left. There we were that morning saying, this is going to be a tough month. We're going to need some extra money. And in 10 minutes, she had the extra money. It was really, I actually have another ending to that, but I was told I wasn't allowed to use it. So I'll tell you later. Anybody who wants to hear it later, I'll tell you. Christian Larson was a writer in Holmes' time, and one of the books he wrote is called A Pathway to Roses. And in A Pathway to Roses, he makes the statement that the real element of possession is consciousness. The real element of possession is consciousness. So what does he mean? What he means is if we can really, really have something in consciousness, we're going to have it out here. If we really have something in our consciousness, we are going to manifest it in our life. The secret to gaining more is to feel inside like you have more. And it's not just money. It could be spirituality, it could be romance, it could be health, it could be a whole list of things. We just need to train our consciousness to believe you have it, and don't look at appearances, because a lot of the times when you're going to be doing the praying, you're not going to be where you want to be. You know, I was thinking it's just like when Jesus blessed the loaves and fishes, the first thing he did was do a prayer of gratitude. And so obviously he wasn't praying for the lack of stuff. He was praying from a place of knowing that there is enough. Feel yourself in the flow. You know, another thing Eric Butterworth always says that I love, he gives this great example of God as a rheostat. You know what a rheostat is? You know, when you have a dimmer switch on a light, you can put it up or put it down and determine how much light you get. Well, Butterworth says that's like God. The power is always there. How much of it we turn on is up to us, is up to you, and is up to me. You know, God isn't glorified by poverty, and God isn't glorified by illness, and God isn't glorified when we feel guilty, when we feel unworthy, or when we play victim. God is glorified when we claim our birthright. And our birthright, who are we? We are children of God, a divine being that deserves all the good there is in the universe. So I want to wrap it up with a story. And we were talking today, and when she saw this book, she said, oh, I love that book. It's a really good book. So there's a book, it's called The Art of Possibility. And I want to tell you this story because it shows how when somebody has a small change of mind, what it could do for them. So it's written by Rosamund Stone Zander and Benjamin Zander. Rosamund, his wife, is a psychologist. He is a conductor. Let me see, I want to do him justice. He's a conductor of the Boston Philharmonic and has been for years. And he teaches at the New England Conservatory of Music. So he taught a class at USC one time, and it was a class of people that excelled. And he was told by the administration that he had to give 1/3 A's, 1/3 B's, and 1/3 C's. And he was horrified because all of them were like A students, and he was now about to demotivate all the B's and C's. He goes back to where he is, and he speaks to his wife, and they decide, he's got one class he teaches that goes from September to May. And he decides everybody in the class is going to get an A. And so here's what happens. He goes and he tells the class, and he's got kids from all over the world that come to study with him. He tells them all, you're going to get an A. Everybody's going to get an A in May. However, you have to work for it. In the next 2 weeks, you have to write me a letter. Begin it with, Dear Mr. Zander, and tell me what you did between now and May to earn that great grade. But you've got to write it in the past tense. I want to hear what you did. What did you do? I don't want to hear anything in the present tense or I'm hoping or anything like that. And he said, and I especially would like to know how you changed as a person. Okay? I'm going to read you just a couple of letters that remember now, these are kids. And the first one is a Korean flute player. I won't read the whole thing, but she said, I received my A grade because I worked hard and thought about taking your class, and the result was tremendous. I became a new person. I used to be so negative for almost everything. Now I find myself a happier person than before. I couldn't accept mistakes a year ago, and after every mistake, I blamed myself. Now I enjoy making mistakes. That's one, not the whole one. Here's another one. I got my A because I had the courage to examine my fears, and I realized that they have no place in my life. I changed from someone who was scared to make a mistake in case she was noticed to someone who knows she has a contribution to make to other people musically and personally. And I'll just read one more because this really sums it up. And it's from a student in Taiwan. And I was number 68 out of 70 students. I come to Boston, and Mr. Zander says, I am an A. Very confusing. I walk about 3 weeks very confused. I am number 68, but Mr. Zander says I'm an A student. I am number 68, but Mr. Zander says I am an A. One day I discover much happier A than number 68, so I decide I am an A. And Zander says this student in a brilliant flash hit upon the secret of life, that labels that we take so seriously are all a game. Number 68 is invented, the A is invented, so we might well choose to invent something that brightens our life and the lives of people around us. And since we write our own life story, we can do that. We can do that. So I want to close. I had these two quotes. I couldn't decide which ones to use. Since they're short, I used them both. I don't know who wrote this first one, but it really grabbed me. Remember, there will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. Don't let it be you. And the second one is from Lao Tzu, who said, be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the world belongs to you. God bless you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Reverend Ron. I feel positive and I feel powerful. So thank you, thank you. So this is a time in our service where we intentionally take stock of our many, many blessings and we manifest them outwardly with our donations. So first of all, though, I want to thank everybody who made this service possible, starting with Reverend Ron. Thank you. Our wonderful musicians, as always, our talented tech team in the back. Wendy, goes on in hospitality. That's a problem when you start naming people. I know I'm going to leave somebody out. So a big, broad umbrella to thank you. It takes many people to make this happen every Sunday at 10:30. So, and I always like this because I feel so blessed by your presence, and I really feel, I mean it, I feel your goodwill. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. So please bring, when the music starts, come forward and bring your donations. And if you don't have something, we invite you to come forth too and take an affirmation. And if you don't want to come to the front of the sanctuary, we have affirmations in a basket in the back. So with that, musicians. Oh, I forgot the blessing. Okay, I know. You're giving me the look, Vashti. The the prosperity look. So if you would join me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am grateful. And now, please come forward. Thank you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Affirm it with us one more time. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Please stand as you're able and join us in singing I'm So Grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
So do we have board members here to come forward? Bob? Okay. And then he
Just bless them.
He'll hold it. He'll hold it. Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
So I just take a moment. Pardon me?
You do.
That's what.
Yeah.
So I just give thanks for the generosity and abundance of this congregation, and I know that the board and the ministers put it to great and wonderful use. For that I give thanks, and so it is.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Fox. Okay, please be seated. Thank you. So, some brief announcements before we close. So the why, what, and how wall has information around what is going on. Please check it out and sign up for any activities that you're interested in, and we'll see that you get registered. Cheryl wanted me to make sure and let you know that we reached our goals on the backpack drive this year. Yay, yay. So I want to read what she wrote here. Thank you for your amazing support of our 2024 backpack school supply drive. This year, we were able to supply 50 backpacks full of 20 individual supplies to Eckerd Connects, 3 backpacks to the Veterans Transition Facility, and 2 backpacks to our own UniKids. These supplies help set these kids on a path of success for the coming school year. So thank you for that. And now we can look at the slide. So the search is on for an operations manager at Unity of Melbourne. Please send your resume and inquiries to revvernell@unityofmelbourne.com. So if you know of anybody who is interested, please pass the word on. So tune out the fear and tune in the vision. Join the New Thought community in holding the high watch for the United States during this election season. It's never too late to be part of this powerful movement. For more information about the 100 days of mindful practice, go to myelectionintention.com, or you can text the word join to 470-784-0250. The number again is 470-784-0250. New member orientation is coming up, led by our own Maggie Roche. That seems so far off, and now it's next week. So you have choices, either Sunday after the service on August 18th, or Wednesday, August 21st. And what time on August 21st, Maggie? Noon, okay, noon on the 21st. Facilitated by Maggie Roche. If you're curious about this movement called Unity, what we believe, what we teach, how we apply Unity teachings to our everyday lives, we invite you to join Maggie. Even if you are already a voting member or coming regularly and haven't been, or want a refresher, you are welcome to join the class. All right, now this is what Reverend Vernell was referencing at the beginning when she joined us. Next Sunday, August 18th, is Unity of Melbourne's Potluck Sunday. We know that. Bring a dish to share. Be sure to bring a friend or family member for this very special housing lunch and learn. As part of our Summer of Abundance, Reverend Vernell has invited representatives from Indelible Solutions to come explain ways in which homeowners can qualify for assistance with home repairs and upgrades. An added benefit for any homeowner who attends this 30 to 45-minute presentation will receive a $25 Visa gift card to use any way you choose. So bring your friends, family, and neighbors, and don't forget to bring a dish to share. And as always, remember to feed the kitty. Your hospitality, donations make it possible for us to have, as you can see, plates, flatware, water, coffee, cookies, cake, and other snacks. We always appreciate your generosity and your support. So, and we have dedicated prayer. Our prayer team is here to pray with you after the service, if you would like to do that. You see Pat with her stole on. Hope I'm not leaving anybody else out. We have a dedicated space in the back. So, and as many of you know, I always find this inspirational. Silent Unity has been in continuous prayer for over 125 years. Prayer requests are available in the foyer on the prayer table. And if you're not getting our twice-a-month monthly prayer call, you can find out information and sign up for that using our wall out there. So now, if you would join me, if you would stand as you are able, and join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. Get out there and let it shine. Have an amazing week, everybody.